Friends, uh, see, we are solving objective problems on electric charges and field. Okay, yes, and I think so. We have solved 35 questions already. We have solved, correct? Yes, yes. Question number 34 is over. Now, question number 35. Yes, this is the question what we need to solve now today. Okay, let us start. I think it is visible to you clearly. Okay. Yes. Students, see here in question number 35, what they have given is a uniformly charged conducting sphere. See here the point. It is a conducting sphere of 4.4 diameter, 4.4 meter diameter, has a surface charge density of 60 microcoulomb per meter square. Then what is the charge on the sphere we need to find? Okay, this is a charge conducting sphere na, whose diameter is given, that is 4.4 meters. Then what will be the radius? As you know, it is half of the diameter, that is equal to 4.4 meter by 2 is nothing but 2.2 meters. Okay, and one more thing they have given, that this conducting charge sphere is having surface charge density. Surface charge density, how we will indicate it, na? Yeah, wait. Surface charge density we will indicate with the letter sigma, and the value is given as 60 microcoulomb per meter square. Clear, students? Yes. Then what will be the charge on that conducting sphere? They're asking question. Yes. How to find? We know sigma is equal to Q by A. Then Q can be written as sigma into A. It is a sphere, they said. Then what will be the surface area of the sphere? As you know, 4 pi small r square. Correct, students? Yes, it is 4 pi small r square. Okay, na? Clear? Yes. Now, substitute the value. You will get area as 4 into pi, 3.14 into smaller value. Smaller value how much, Nana? Smaller value is 2.2. Yes, 2.2 whole square. You need to substitute. Yes. So here what we will get is, see, I am going to calculate. Yes, 4 into 3 point. Yes. 1 minute, wait. Yes. See, students, 4 into 3.14 into 2.2, 2 times 2.2, you will get 60.7904. Clear? Meter square. This is the area. Okay, students? Yes. Now we need Q value. Q formula is given as Q is equal to sigma into area. Sigma value is given 60 micro. Micro means 10 to the power of minus 6 coulomb per meter square into area 60.7904. Clear, students? Yes. Let us multiply these two. What you will get? Okay. 60.7904 multiply with the 60. You will get 3647.4 into 10 to the power of minus 6. Here it is meter square, no? Yes, this meter square cancel. Here coulomb option, coulomb unit is there. Okay. Yeah, a small mistake. Here, see here area is 4 into 3.14 into 2.2 into 2.2. No, it is 4 into 3.14 into 2.2, 2.2, 60.7904. That's correct. Okay, now everything is correct. Now see, is 1, 2, 3. 3. This digit you send this side, you will get 3.647. 4 into 10 to the power of 3 into 10 to the power of minus 6. Can we write? Yes, we can write. It can be written as 3.6 474 into 10 to the power of minus 3 coulomb. It is around equal to 3.7 into 10 to the power of minus 3 coulomb. Yes, option D is there. Option D is right answer. Clear, students? Okay. Yes. Now let us go to question number 36. So 35 is option D is right answer. Now let us go to question number 36. See question number 36, what they have given. They have given that the nucleus of helium atom contains two protons that are present, that are separated by a distance of 3 into 10 to the power of minus 15 meters. Okay, the magnitude of electrostatic force that each proton exerts on each other is helium nucleus. It is containing two protons. Okay, here one proton is there and here one more proton is there. Now these two are separated by a distance they have given, that is 3 into 10 to the power of minus 15. Clear, students? Yes, meters they have given. Okay, Anna? As we know, charge of proton is equal to 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulomb. Now, what will be the force between them? We can write F is equal to K Q1 Q2 by R square. This is only the formula. K value is 9 into 10 to the power of 9. These also proton means Q square we can say. This K Q square by R square. What is Q value? 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 whole square. Okay, divided by R value 3 into 10 to the power of minus 15 whole square. Okay, students, yes. If you calculate these all values, you will get 25.6 Newton. Yes, option B is right answer. Clear, students? Okay, a very simple calculation it is. A simple question also. Now, let us go to question number 37. See, students, here they have given a dipole moment P bar. A dipole of electric dipole moment P is placed in uniform electric field of strength E. If theta is the angle between positive direction of P bar and E bar, then the potential energy of dipole is largest. When theta is, then at what angle potential energy of the dipole is maximum, largest angle. See, potential energy of a dipole formula is minus Pe cos theta. As we know the derivation for torque, that is P cross E or otherwise P sin theta. Okay, students? Yes. About this potential energy of a dipole, in next chapter we will discuss. Okay, just remember the formula. Potential energy of a dipole which is placed in electric field is given as minus Pe cos theta. Clear? Yes. Now, when this potential energy is maximum, for U to be maximum, what should happen, Anna? Cos theta should be equal to minus 1. Then only you will get minus 1 into minus, you will get plus. So because maximum or minimum value of cos is minus 1 to plus 1. If you write cos theta value is plus 1, then you will get potential energy is negative. It is not maximum. If you write cos theta is negative value, minus 1, then you will get positive value of potential energy. That is the maximum. Means cos theta should be equal to minus 1. That implies theta should be, what should be theta value? Is 180 degrees. Cos 180 is minus 1. Or you can say pi radians. Okay? Yes. So for 37th question, answer should be 180 degrees. Okay? Yes. Let us see that answer. Okay, students? Yes. Now, let us see that one. Yes. Here is the option C. Option C is right answer. Clear, students? Any doubt in that? Yes. So option C is right answer. Next, let us go to question number 38. See, students, it is important. JEE and NEET students. See how I am going to solve this problem. You have to observe carefully. These type of problems are important, mainly for JEE students. Mainly for JEE students. See, what they have given is, they have given a thin semicircular ring. It is a semicircular ring of radius small r, has a positive charge Q. distributed uniformly over it. On this ring, a charge q is uniformly distributed. The net electric field E bar with direction. E bar means with direction we need to find. At the center, O is what? Students, as we know, due to a line charge, electric field at any distance is given as lambda by 2 pi epsilon naught r. Clear? Now that line charge, if you bend it in the form of semicircular ring, then how much electric field will be there at its center? That we need to find. Okay, both the methods I will give you. You can follow any one method. Okay. Yes, students, see, imagine this is x-axis and this is y-axis. Clear, students? Now this is the center of the ring. Now here the ring is the semicircular ring here like this. Imagine this radius is smaller. Okay. Now on this charge is uniformly distributed. Clear, students? Yes. Now from this ring, you go to some distance. You take a small elementary part of this ring. Imagine on this spot a dq charge is present and whose length is dl. Let us suppose this length, elementary part length is dl. On this dq charge is present. Okay. Now imagine this is positive charge. This is a positive charge. Due to this positive charge at this center, electric field direction will be in this. Clear? Yes. So what will be the electric field, Nana? As you know, it is k q by r square, because this distance is r only, no radius. Q is I am taking dq on that small elementary part. Clear? Yes. Now this electric field we can resolve into components. Clear, students? Yes. Imagine that if this is theta, then you consider this is theta. If this is theta, then this is also theta. Clear, students? Yes, this is also theta. Okay. Now this electric field can be resolved into two components. One is E cos theta here, another one is E sin theta here. Are you getting? See, due to the small elementary charge dq, electric field you can say dE, small electric field. And this is also dE we can say. Okay, students? Yes, dE sin theta, dE cos theta. Now this is not there. Got it? Now, so dq value we got. If you want total electric field, what you need to do? Due to this total charge which is present on the ring, if you want total electric field, what you can do? You need to integrate this dE. You will get the answer. But before that, you need to find what is dq. See, students, they are given this is a ring. For a ring, what we need to consider? Lambda, sigma, or rho. Yes, we need to consider lambda. And lambda value is nothing but charge per unit length. Here, length of that ring is semicircular ring. It is pi r. Are you getting? Yes. Clear? And dq can be given as lambda into dl. Are you getting? Yes. Lambda is dl is nothing but r d theta, because L is equal to r theta. Then dl can be written as r d theta. That means you will get dq as lambda into r d theta. What is lambda value? Q by pi r into r d theta. Yes, this or this are cancelled. You will get dq as q by pi into d theta. Here, yes, you substitute here. You will get this as integration of k dq value q by pi into d theta. Okay. Yes, this sin theta, no? Yes, sin theta you take. Okay. Yes, sin theta divided by r square. Clear, students? Yes, I am taking this component d sin theta component here, d sin theta component. Okay. Yes, so what you are going to indicate here? K is fixed value, q is fixed value, pi is fixed value, r radius of semicircular ring also fixed value. Now you are integrating sin theta only, means you will get kq by pi r square into integration of sin theta d theta. Yes, you are integrating sin theta from where to where, theta value from where to where. Starting point of the ring is here and ending point of the ring is here. Means what angles? This 0 angle you take, this will be 180 degrees. So 0 to pi angle you should do. Yes, so you will get kq by pi r square into integration of sin theta cos theta, sin theta d theta is minus cos theta, as you know, 0 to pi. Yes, you will get kq by pi r square into, yes, minus is there, so that's why I'll write cos theta from pi to 0. Can we write? Yes, we can write. Yes, you will get kq by pi r square into cos 0 minus cos 0, it is cos pi. Yes, as you know, cos 0 value is 1 and cos pi value is minus 1. Minus of minus is plus. Plus 1 plus 1, you will get plus 2. Means you will get electric field as kq by pi r square into 2. Are you understanding, students? Yes, here I'll erase. And you will get the value of electric field as, yes, so electric field is equal to, what is k value? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Here k value into q by pi r square into 2. 2 cancel. You will get electric field as q by 2 pi into pi square epsilon naught r square. Yes, this should be the value. Yes, where option is there? Q by 2 pi square epsilon naught r square. Q by 4 pi square, means this is not answer. This is also not answer. Now two options are there. One is plus, another one is minus. Okay. Yes. See, this electric field is in downward direction. Means along negative y-axis. Means along negative k cap, j cap. So you should write j cap negative here. So this will be the electric field. Yes, option D is right answer. Sir, some students they will ask you, sir, what about d cos theta, sir? Yes, if you keep cos theta here, integrate it, what you will get? Yes, I am trying to show you that also. I will do here. Integration of cos theta d theta from 0 to pi. Integration of cos theta is nothing but sin theta, as you know, 0 to pi. Sin pi minus sin 0. Sin pi value is 0, sin 0 also 0. So everything is 0. Means 0 into anything you will get 0. Means this electric field will become 0. Means it is symmetrical, Nana. Up to this spot will produce electric field this side. From this spot, electric field will be produced in this direction. However, sin theta components, they will add up. Whereas cos theta components, they will be like this direction. They will cancel each other. So net electric field can be written like this. Or a simple formula is there. I hope you will understand that formula. I'll give you that formula also. See, students, for a line charge at a distance of r, which is having a length L, a charge q is present on this rod of length charge. What will be the electric field here? Electric field is lambda by 2 pi epsilon naught into r, as you know. Clear, students? Now, what is lambda here, sir? Lambda is q by L for this. Now, this rod only, the same radius r, this rod only, if you bend it in the form of semicircular ring, then again electric field is lambda by 2 pi epsilon naught r. But what is lambda here? Lambda is q by length. Length is pi r. Are you getting? A substitute here. You will get q by 2 pi epsilon naught into r. So lambda value I am writing. Lambda value is q by pi r. So what will get? Q by 2 pi into pi square epsilon naught r square. Yes, this is only the answer. And which direction? If this is like this, electric field is in this direction. But the question they have given, semicircular ring is in this direction. So electric field will be in downward direction. So negative j cap. So option D is right answer. You can go with any method. Okay, students. Yes. Now let us go to next question. Let us move to next question. Question number 39. Yes. See, in question number 39, what they have given? A coin is made up of aluminum and its weight is given 0.75 gram. There is one coin which is made up of aluminum and its weight is 0.75 gram is given. Okay. Now it has a square shape and its diagonal measures 17 millimeters. This coin is having a square shape and this diagonal is having 17 millimeter. They said, okay, it is electrically neutral and contains equal amount of positive and negative charges. Then magnitude of these charges is how much? Atomic mass of this aluminum is given. Okay, what they have given? First we will write. This is a aluminum and whose weight is given, that is equal to 0.75 gram, and whose atomic weight also given. Atomic weight also given, that is 26.98 gram. Okay. Now in this aluminum, how many number of charges are present? This is magnitude of charge. How much charge is present on that aluminum? You need to find. See, as you know, aluminum atomic number. Atomic number of aluminum, how much, Dana? Yes, it is 13, as you know. Clear, students? Yes. Now, first, you consider that according to Avogadro's law, in gram molecular weight of any substance, there are Avogadro number of atoms will be there. But in 0.75 grams, how many number of atoms will be there? Yes, you know the formula that number of atoms is then is equal to weight by gram atomic weight into Avogadro number. Means this many number of atoms will be there. Yes, weight is given as 0.75 grams and atomic weight is 26.98. And Avogadro number is 6.023 into 10 to the power of 23. Clear? Yes. So if we calculate these all things, you will get number of atoms in that 0.75 grams of aluminum. So number of atoms you will get it around, if you calculate these all things, you will get 1.67 into 10 to the power of 22. These many number of atoms are present. Clear, students? And as you know, aluminum atomic number is 13. Each atom of aluminum contains 13 protons and 13 electrons. Clear, students? Then total charge will be equal to, how many atoms are there? These many atoms are there. And each atom contains 13 protons or electrons. Means charge. This is the total charge. So if you calculate 1.67 into 10 to the power of 22 into 13 into charge of electron or proton, how much? 1.6 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulomb. If you calculate, you will get the total magnitude of charge on 0.75 grams of aluminum coin. Clear? Yes. So if you calculate these all things, you will get 3.47. 3.47 into 10 to the power of 4 coulomb. Okay, students? Yes. Option A is right answer for this. Clear? I hope you understand it clearly. A little bit chemistry concept also included in this. You need to remember these all formulas. Yes. Now let us move on to next question. Question number 40. Yes. Students, yes. See, question number 40. I am going to solve. Yes, students, again it is important and for JEE students. Listen carefully. They have given that an early model for atom, consider it as a positively charged point nucleus of charge Z and surrounded by uniform density of negative charge up to a radius capital R. the atom as a whole is a neutral. How many number of protons are there? That many number of electrons are there. So it is electrically neutral. The electric field at a distance of smaller from the nucleus is what? At this distance, what will be the electric field? They are asking. What I am doing for this is, I will consider one Gaussian surface around this one. Are you understanding, Nana? Whose radius is smaller. Now, according to Gauss law, surface integral of electric field over a closed surface is equal to charge enclosed within the Gaussian surface by epsilon naught. Yes, surface integral of ds well, you can find easily. The only the thing is this you need to find. Then you will get the answer. Clear? Yes. So inside this Gaussian surface, how much charge is there that we need to find, Nana? Clear? Yes. As they have given, the charge on the nucleus is Ze. Clear? Are you getting? Charge on nucleus is given. Charge on nucleus is equal to plus Ze. Okay, students? And if this is the charge on the nucleus, then how much total charge, negative charge will be there? Total negative charge, how much will be there? Yes. Total negative charge should be equal to minus Ze. Clear, students? Yes. As this is see, as you know, atomic model, you consider this is the nucleus, and around this nucleus, electrons are rotating like this. In a fixed orbits, they are rotating. Clear, students? Here one electron, here one electron. Yes, here two electrons first orbit. In this 6 electrons will be there. Means total 8 electrons will be there in second orbit, like that. Okay, as you know these all things. That means this charge Q is uniformly distributed around the nucleus. That means we need to take volume charge density, because it is a solid sphere, no, three-dimensional view. So let us take a volume charge density, rho. What is rho, Nana? Rho is given as charge per unit volume. Yes, how much charge is there? That is negative charge around that nucleus. Divided by what is the volume? Is 4 by 3 pi capital R cube. Clear, students? Yes. So this rho can be given as, means volume charge density can be given as 3 will go to numerator, minus 3 Ze by 4 pi capital R cube. Okay. Clear? Now, within this Gaussian surface, how much charge will be there? Let us suppose dq charge is there due to this electrons. This dq charge can be given as rho into dv. Clear, na? Yes. Rho value is minus 3 by 4 pi capital R cube into Z into what is dv? Volume of this Gaussian spherical surface. 4 by 3 pi small r cube. Yes. 4 pi cancel. 3 cancel. You will get minus Ze into small r cube by capital R cube. This is the charge, that is negative charge, which is present within this Gaussian surface. And however, it includes positive charge also. So total charge enclosed within the Gaussian surface is equal to charge on the nucleus plus charge within this Gaussian surface due to electrons. That is this much. That is minus Ze into small r cube by capital R cube. I hope you are understanding why I am taking minus, because here minus is there. Plus into minus is minus. No? Yes, that's why. Okay. Now, so yes, you can take a Ze common. You'll get 1 minus small r cube by capital R cube. Okay. Substitute this one here. You'll get surface integral of electric field over a closed surface is equal to Ze into 1 minus small r cube by capital R cube divided by epsilon naught. Yes. So E will be electric field, it will come out. Surface integral of ds can be written as Ze by epsilon naught into 1 minus small r cube by capital R cube, Nana. Yes. As you know, Gaussian surface integration value is Ishwari. Yeah. Once you, time is not there, Nana. Once you see the recorded video. Otherwise, I will send you. I will explain one more time because time is not there to complete these remaining 4 questions. Okay. Yeah. So electric field here, sorry. Electric field into surface integration of the Gaussian surface is 4 pi r square. is equal to ZE by epsilon naught into 1 minus small r cube by capital R cube. Yes. So send these all things that side. You will get electric field is equal to ZE by epsilon naught into 4 pi small r square into 1 minus small r cube by capital R cube. Okay. Now this small r square send inside. You will get ZE by 4 pi epsilon naught into 1 by r square minus small r by capital R. Yes, option A is that answer. A small calculation you do here, you will get the required answer. Okay, this is answer for this 40th question. Now let us move on to question number 41. See here, they have given that in a certain region of space, electric field is along z direction throughout. Electric field direction is given along z axis. Okay. The magnitude of electric field is, however, not constant. Yes, electric field is in z direction, but it is not constant, they said. Okay. But increases uniformly along positive z direction at a rate of 10 to the power of 5 Newton per coulomb per meter. Means this rate of change of electric field over a distance they have given along z axis they have given. So that's why I am taking dz. This value is given as 10 to the power of 5 Newton per coulomb meter they have given. Yes, this indicates how electric field is increasing with the distance along z axis. Clear? Yes. Now they have given that the force experienced by a system having total dipole momentum of 10 to the power of minus 7 coulomb per meter in negative z direction. There is a dipole moment. The value is 10 to the power of minus 7 coulomb per meter. That is in negative z direction. So minus p I'll take. Clear, students? Yes. Then how much force is acting on it? Question mark. As you know, force can be written as Q into electric field. See, students, here they said that electric field is not constant. So whenever you are having a non-uniform electric field, you can write D. Clear? Yes. So this one, I will multiply with dz and divide with dz. Can we get? Yes. So charge into length can be written as dipole moment, and this is dE by dz. Yes, these are the values they are given. Dipole momentum is minus 10 to the power of minus 7 into dE by dz is 10 to the power of 5. So the value is you will get minus 10 to the power of minus 2 newtons. Yes, option is there. Yes, minus 10 to the power of minus 2. Here see, plus also is there. But why I am taking minus? Because they said that in negative z direction, dipole momentum is along negative z direction. So that's why option A is right answer. Now, let us move on to next question. Question number 42. Yes, students, see in this question, question number 42, yes, this type of question already in class we have discussed. See, students, they have given that the tracks of three charged particles in uniform electric field is shown in figure. Which particle has highest charge to mass ratio? Yes, highest to charge to mass ratio depends upon how much deflection they are getting. Which A, B, C, which is getting more deflection, that will have highest charge to mass ratio, Nana. Remember this. Okay. Yes. C is deflecting more. So C will have highest charge to mass ratio. So option C is right answer. Okay, students. Yes. Now let us move on to question number 43. Yes. Students, see in this question number 43, they have given that a particle of mass small m and charge small q enters a region between the two charge plates, initially moving along positive x axis with a speed vx as shown in figure. It is moving like this with vx velocity. Initially velocity is along x axis only, vertical velocity is not there. Remember that point. The length of the plate is capital L and a uniform electric field is E is maintained between the plates. The vertical deflection of particle at the edge of the plate is, as deflection is how much? See, initially horizontal velocity is given, that is Vx, and length of the plates they are given L. Okay, Yes. So to cross this plate, how much time it will take? As you know, velocity is nothing but distance by time. Then time it will take to cross is nothing but distance by velocity. Distance is length of the plate, velocity is Vx. This much time this particle will take to cross these plates. Okay. And one more thing, initially vertical velocity is zero, Nana, and it is moving under electric field. So due to that, a force will act on the charged particle, that is QE. Due to that force, some acceleration will act, that is QE by m. And this acceleration will act in vertical direction upward. So this is vertical acceleration. Now we want vertical displacement. As you know, y can be written as uyt plus half ayt square. This uy is 0. Okay, so y is equal to 0 plus half a value QE by m into T L by Vx whole square. Yes, so reflection can be written as QE by 2m into L square by Vx square. Yes, this should be the answer. Okay, once we will see the answer. Okay, 43. Yes, students, in question number 43, you see option A, QEL square by 2mVx square. Yes, this is the answer. Clear, students? Yes, we got the answer. Clear? Yes, option A is right answer, Nana. Now, let us go to next question. 44. Question number 44, students. Here you see they have given three charges of equal magnitude Q is placed at the vertices of equator triangle of side L, equal magnitude. The force on a charge capital Q placed at the center of a triangle. Yes, it is a triangle, and they said that it is a equator triangle. Okay, all these sides length is equal. Okay, and three charges are placed at the three corners. Now at the centroid, capital Q is placed. On that, how much force will be there? Question mark. As you know, force is equal to charge into electric field. Okay, charge is capital Q placed. Now here electric field how much? See, Nana, this charge distance, and this charge distance. All the three charges are symmetric about point O, and all the three charges are equal in magnitude. So electric field definitely will be zero. So simply remember, for symmetrical distribution of charge about a particular point, always electric field will be zero. So if electric field is zero, then force will be zero. Yes, how much force will be there? Zero force will be there, no force. Okay. Now let us move on to question number 45. A cup contains 250 grams of water. Find number of positive charges present in cup of water. Yes, weight of water is given 250 grams. Okay, then what is the atomic weight of water? Molecular weight of water? Molecular weight of water is nothing but 18. Yes or no? Water is nothing but H2O, no. Hydrogen 2, oxygen 16. Atomic weight. Clear? Yes, 18. Now, in this 250 grams, how many number of atoms are there? You consider weight by molecular weight, gram molecular weight into Avogadro number. Weight is 250 gram divided by 18 gram into 6.02 into 10 to the power of 23. This many number of atoms are present. If you calculate these all things, you'll get one required answer. Now, in hydrogen, how many charges are present?